everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have something I'm very excited to share with you. This is the Grizaye Painting Kit, and this one is the Rose Collection. This is put out by Colored Pencil magazine, and they had reached out to me and they wanted to send me one of these Grizaye painting kits. I really wasn't sure exactly what it was, so of course, like with all things, I did a little bit of research to find out if it was something that I would like to share on my channel. And I was looking at this and I thought, this is really, really cool. And I would love to have one, and I would love to share it with everyone else. Now, I just want to let you know, I do get emails every single day, several different emails, people asking me to collab with them or showing their products on my channel. And most of them I don't respond to. But this one was just completely different. And so I just really had to have it and share it with you guys. We are going to take a look at this today in this video, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. I may color part of it on video with you and maybe do it sort of at a speed coloring just to show you exactly what it'll look like. But this one includes 3 photos, and then it has 3 images on Stonehenge warm white paper, which is a really good quality paper for colored pencils. You're also going to get a color guide along with some tips. If we look up here, it just says, hone your art skills while you create 3 beautiful roses on quality Stonehenge paper. Use the suggested colors or select your own from any colored pencil brand. So inside this kit, it's going to give you the exact pencils that you can use. It's going to match it up to Prismacolors, but if you're using another set, you could match up that set to your Prismacolors and decide what colors you want to use on each one of these pictures. It comes to you packaged just like this, and when it came to me, I'm sort of hiding my address, but it comes in this padded envelope, which is really great. And of course they put their little handle with care, do not bend, thank you on there. And it came to me in really nice undamaged condition. And then it comes in this little plastic wrap that houses your images as well as the pictures that you are going to color. What you're going to get inside is you are going to get these 3 beautiful images, all of roses. So we have a yellow rose, and then this is the image that you are actually going to copy, and then they give you a grayscale of the image on the Stonehenge paper, which is a really great quality paper, and it is toothy. It has just the right amount of tooth in it and is perfect for colored pencils. Now, I have been dying to try this paper with my colored pencils. This is supposed to be a really great quality paper that a lot of artists use with their colored pencil work. And I did a little bit of research on the paper as well. I believe that the Stonehenge paper is 90 pound, 250 GSM paper. If I turn this over, you can see why this is so neat and why I just really had to have one and wanted to share this. It gives you the exact Prismacolor colors to use when you color the image. So for this one, it has Deco Yellow, Yellow Ochre, Ginger Root, Cadmium Orange Hue, Spring Green, Dark Green, Black, White, and then it tells you to use your colorist blender. And then over here in this section, it's going to give you a few tips. So it says, we recommend that you start with your darks first, defining the details. Now will help to ensure they will not get lost. Next, you're going to lay down your midtones, and then you're going to leave the brightest areas the color of the paper. Then you're going to go in with your lightest colors and you're going to blend as you go. Using a blender pencil will help you fill in the tooth of the paper and smooth out transitions. A white pencil on top of your colored pencil will brighten colors and make highlights pop. Lastly, you're going to go over the areas again, finishing up and redefining the details and enforcing the darkest darks and the lightest lights. Good luck, and most of all, have fun. So it's basically a kit that comes with the exact matched up colors to the image, and you're just going to make your image look exactly like the image that you had the original photograph of. So you're going to get this one, which is a yellow rose, and then you're going to get the grayscale image of that. You're going to get these beautiful pink roses, and then you are going to get the grayscale image of that one. If you look at the back of this, you will see that again, it gives you all of the colors that you're going to use to color in your pink roses. This is also a really great kit for those of you that tend to navigate to the same colors all of the time in your Prismacolor set, because there may be some colors in here that are not generally colors that you would normally use, but if you're following the color scheme that they're suggesting to you, you would be more likely to pull those colors out. Here we have the red rose. This is the one that I really want to color. And the reason being is because I've had a lot of people in my Facebook group ask me about real true reds and how to create a real true red. And so I kind of wanted to color this one and show y'all how to bring real true red to your coloring pages or whatever it is, the image that you're coloring. And then of course we're also going to get the page that we are going to color on with the red rose. If you go to their website, and I will have a link down below in the description box below in case you're interested in getting one of these Grizaye painting kits for yourself. Of course, I loved the roses. But if you go to their website, you will find that they not only have roses, they have a butterfly, they have one for tea time, which is really beautiful. They also have a beautiful image of a cat that you could color. They have a portrait of a girl that is a fall portrait. And then they have one called Beautiful Berries, which is a bunch of strawberries and blueberries. So if you want to practice coloring fruit, that one would be great for you. This is a fantastic kit, not just for beginners, but really for anyone, whether you're advanced or not. And I think it would be a lot of fun for anyone that just wants to experiment a little bit with their colored pencils, or maybe color in a little bit of a different way. If you go to their website and you click through to this one with the roses, and I believe that this is for all of them, but you will have an option next to where it says kits, and you can choose to either purchase the rose collection for $14.99, or you can purchase the rose collection with the Prismacolor set. And it's going to come with a little box of the Prismacolors that are specific to this exact kit, which I think is really, really neat. So if you don't have Prismacolors and you want to get the kit along with the Prismacolors that match up to the kit, you have that choice to do so. I have used my color guide to go ahead and choose my colors. I'm going to try to follow some of the tips that they give here. So I'm going to go ahead and shade in all my darkest areas first. Now I really wanted to be able to test out this Stonehenge paper on camera with all of you. Now I'm assuming in these colors that the crimson red and the carmine red are the two main reds that we're going to be using for most of the areas of the rose. I've got black raspberry also, which was one of the colors that were suggested. And so I am going to use this color in some of these darker areas. When you're coloring and you're copying the image, you do want to keep your image that you're copying over here to the side so that you could refer back to it. But I'm going to start with my black raspberry, and just as the directions said, I am going to just start coloring in the darkest areas. And I could already tell you this paper, oh my goodness. Wow. So I'm trying to just get all the darkest of areas all around the rose. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to pull the other colors in off of this darkest color. And that's when I'm going to use my reds. I think that as far as the rose goes, I'm probably not going to have enough time to even do the background on camera today, but I want to be able to just show you exactly how it works so that you could determine whether or not you think this would be a fun kit for you. We've got some more shadows over in here. And then a little bit up in here. And then it sort of starts to get lighter. And some over here. And if you miss any of the dark areas when you're coloring, don't worry, because you can always come back and recolor in some of those areas. But this is really cool because they really show you exactly where the shadows would fall. And it's very easy to be able to tell when you're actually copying another image. I've done several videos where I've showed you all how to pull up an image online and follow that image and create your own coloring page from that image. It works really well when you're coloring images in realism, like say you're coloring an animal, or even in this case a flower. Now I'm going to grab my crimson red and I'm going to start shading in some of the medium toned areas with my crimson red. So I'm going to go over this color in a circular motion and I'm just going to sort of start pulling that through in these areas exactly where I see the medium gray tones on the flower. I think I have most of my darkest grays and my medium grays all covered up with my black, was that black raspberry? Yeah, with my black raspberry as well as my crimson red. And so now I am going to grab my carmine red and I'm going to just start pulling some of these colors into the lighter, more brighter areas. And I'm just going to come around and I'm going to do this over the entire image. almost all of the colors placed in all of the areas where they would go, the lightest colors and the mid-tone, and then the darkest tones over here. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to start laying a second layer of each one of those colors. Now I'm just coming back with my crimson red, and I'm laying another layer down of this in all of the areas where I had originally laid it. And this will just create even more shadows, blending all of the colors together. I'm going to pull it over here into where that black raspberry was. And over here I still see a lot of the weight of the paper, so I'm just sort of pulling all the colors together. Now this paper is so amazing, and it will take quite a few layers, but it is really pulling onto the pigment and allowing me just to really blend these colors together. I'm really loving this paper. They may have started something for me because now I'm going to want this paper for my coloring pages. And this paper is so expensive. I was looking up the prices on Blick, and it's like $15 for just a few pages. I think it was like maybe $15 for 15 pages. But I don't know, I think that paper is a little bit out of my price range, which makes me very excited about the fact that I have this kit and I was actually able to try it. And this kit is really, really cool because all you're doing is just following the guidelines. It gives you all of the colors that you need, and you just lay the darks over the darks, the lights over the lights, and you just sort of continue to blend them in. It comes with all of the tips that you could ever possibly want and teaches you exactly how to fill in the colors and in what order. And there's several different kits to choose from. You don't have to go with the roses. It looks like a lot of the white of my paper is starting to get filled. I think we need a little bit more down here. And I just want to blend it into these other colors. And I'm just trying to blend this crimson red right into that black raspberry. And I may have to come back with that black raspberry just to add a little bit more of that. But that color does a great job at leaving the shadows without it looking too blended in. But of course, we're going to come back and we are going to maybe use, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to look at the tips sheet again and see exactly what it told me to do. I really want to be able to follow exactly what it said to do on the actual card, or on the actual card on the back of this image, because I want you all to see how yours could turn out too if you were to purchase this kit. It's really actually a lot of fun. Oh, look how beautifully that is just all coming together. I'm just blending the colors into one another. And I'm trying to make sure on each one of these that I go far up into the shape of the actual rose petal. I want to be able to add some highlights in certain places with my white. And with this paper, since it's such great quality, I should be able to just lay highlights in certain places if I want to, and the white should go right over these other colors. And I did most of this at a speed coloring just because I knew that it would take quite a while to get all of these layers down on the paper, but it's so easy. You just lay the colors initially, starting with the darks, and then your mid-tone, and then you come in with your lights, and you lay the colors initially exactly where they're supposed to be, or where it shows you, where the guide shows you according to the different values of gray. And then you just come back and you continue to keep adding those layers as you blend the colors together. I think we need to come back over this area right here. But it's really starting to come together now. Let's pull some of this in, and then I think this is the last part. But look how pretty this is. They did a really good job of matching up the Prismacolors to the actual colors in the photo. I think that is really, really cool. So let's go ahead. Oh, I see a little bit here. That probably needs another layer. Look how this paper just takes these layers. This is crazy. I'm going to have to buy some of this paper for my coloring pages. I am really going to enjoy coloring the rest of these flowers in this kit and finishing this one off with all the leaves and everything in the background, and just really watching this come to life. Let's see what we have here as far as the darker colors. I've got my black raspberry again, and I'm just sort of pulling this into the other colors now that I've got plenty of wax laid down onto the paper. Let's go ahead and look at the back of this again, where it gives us the guide. So it says, we recommend you start with darks first. We did that. Defining the details now will help ensure that they will not get lost. Okay, so basically they're saying lay your darkest colors down so that your shadows remain and they don't end up lightening up and sort of getting lost as you lay the other colors down. So next, lay your midtones and then leave your brightest areas the color of the paper. Now go in with your lightest colors and blend as you go. Use a blender pencil to help fill in the tooth of the paper and smooth out transitions. A white pencil on top of your colored pencil will brighten up colors and make the highlights pop. So it's telling us to use a blender pencil. And so I'm going to come in here and start going in a circular motion and pulling these colors together. Oh wow, look at that. It is really getting rid of all of the white of the paper and blending all of these colors together. Look how it's just pulling all those colors through. And I don't really too often use my blender at all, but it's working really well on this paper. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's really just shifting those colors around and pulling them all together. I've noticed when I am using a PDF and I print my coloring pages out onto the other papers, I don't have this great of luck with the colorist blender, so that's why I don't use it too often. I am just going to go over these areas that it looks sort of pinkish white in the photo, creating all that extra detail in those areas. And look how with this paper it just kind of pulls in that white and adds that beautiful highlight. Now I'm looking at the photograph and there's more highlights like up in this area. And so I'm just going to do this and create that highlight just like I see in the photograph. And then there's more over here. Oh, I just love it. Let's go ahead and maybe create our own highlights. Oh, I love how that looks if I just do the white right around all the edges of the petals. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun with this. That looks so pretty. Oh, look at that. Let's add a little bit in over here. Oh, this is really adding some dimension to the rose. It looks really pretty. I am probably going to even come back one more time and add a little bit more to this. Look at this paper. It just really picks up on that white and just lets me lay this color right over the other colors. I love it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to buy some of this paper or more of these kits. Because if I buy the kit, I have something fun to color and I get the paper too. Oh, wow. I'm having too much fun with this, and this video has probably already gone on so long. And I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed coloring this a lot. It's something different. And it's not just the same thing that I always do. And so it was just, I don't know, it's so much more fun just to do something a little bit different and kind of color in a different way. Here is my final result of my roses, and I love it. I hope you all got something out of this video. I hope you decide to pick yourself up one of these Grizaye painting kits. You can see that I came back in here and I actually did one more layer over, trying to get rid of some more of that white of the paper, and I did another layer with the black raspberry. And I also came back with my white Prismacolor and I added in just a few more shadows to give my rose just a little bit of dimension in certain areas. The kit is called the Grizaye Painting Kit, so the idea is to sort of, I guess, paint with your colored pencils. And that's just what it looks like. It looks kind of like paint when you color like this with your colored pencils, and everything just kind of comes together after you've laid all of your layers and you've blended everything. This would be a really great kit for you to purchase, whether you are a beginner or you're more advanced. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I will have a link for this Grizaye kit by the Colored Pencil magazine down in the description box below if you're interested in getting one of these for yourself. Now remember, you can also buy the kits if you don't have Prismacolors and you want to use Prismacolors. You can actually go on the website and you will see there's an option to purchase the kits with just the colored pencils. That is included to color in each one of those images on just that kit, which I think that is a really neat thing for them to do. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Happy coloring. Bye.